Yo RX finally back with another recap of UFC 291 Gaethje versus Poirier. I'll cut right to the chase. I know this is 2 days late. Well, a day late. And I'm sorry. I might have to change up when recaps come out. They're either gonna be Sunday 1 p.m. EST or Monday 10 a.m. EST. For now on, this is gonna be the last one that comes out really late. It was tough. Like on Saturday night, it was really tough to do it since it was so fucking late by the time the card ended. And last night I tried to do it, but it wasn't feeling it. So it's life. So just move on, get it out today, and go from there. So yeah, just want to say that 1 p.m. EST or Monday 10 a.m. EST when you'll get recaps. But enough about that. Breakdowns will always be Friday 1 p.m. EST. But enough about that. Let's talk about this card and what a fun card it was. On paper it looked great, and in execution it was great. So yeah, not really much to say. But before recapping episode, yeah, it was fun night in Salt Lake City. Like last year, it was a fun night in Salt Lake City. And yeah, really not much more to say besides let's recap these fights. So you want to before I recap these fights, please like, comment, sub. 100 subs goal by the end of the year. As always, let's recap some fights. 11 fights. We did lose a fight on weigh-in day. We lost Wonder Boy and Michel Pierre. Pierre missed weight. Wonder Boy said no to the fight, and then the card changed a little bit. Lewis to the main card. And yeah, that's why it's 11 fights, not 12 fights I'm recapping, but so we have 11 fights. And let's begin with the first fight of the night between Miranda Fear the Maverick versus Pesquila Cachoeira. Yeah, predictable fucking fight. Went exactly as I predicted, and most people predicted. It was Maverick went in there with the perfect game plan, wrestle. And that's all she did. She did not strike with Cachoeira really at all. The little striking they did do, neither, if I remember correctly, neither looked that great. So yeah, and the whole fight, like 98% of the fight was Maverick just beating the shit out of Cachoeira on the ground, taking her to wrestling school. So she just went in with a perfect game plan. She didn't like. She must. She fucking. I'm gonna stop saying that. I'm trying to think of how do I want to put this. Actually, there's no other way to put it besides she just knew what to do. She knew Cachoeira's weakness and fucking exploited it to a T, and it worked. That's why everyone predicted it to fucking work, because, like we all said, it should have worked, and it did. And she got the win off it. Got back in the win column after a terrible performance against Jasmine. A month later, she's back in the win column against Cachoeira. So yeah, and I'm happy Maverick had this performance, because, like I said in my breakdown, Maverick has talent, a lot of it. Just she's had these performances where she does not look good. Her last 2 fights are prime examples. Should have looked better, and she looked awful against Jasmine. Like, it's weird, especially she's above these fighters: Mazo, Barber, Robertson, Jojua. Like, she's better than fucking Young. She's probably better overall than Jasvicius, and she's better than Cachoeira. So it's like I said, she's one of those fighters that's fuck, I can't speak right now. She's one of those fighters that are just frustrating to watch sometimes because they don't look great. She's like a Kevin Lee. I keep pointing back to Kevin Lee, but he was the first guy I really made this analysis with, and I think it stands true for a lot of fighters. Sometimes fighters have the talent, they just don't show up. Maverick has been a prime example of that at times, but against Cachoeira, she showed up and looked amazing. She had a flawless victory, pretty much. Like, really not. She fucking won the first 2 rounds and got an armbar late into the third. And if she didn't get that armbar in the halfway through the third, she would have won a 30-27, maybe even a 30-26. So, good win for Maverick to get back in the win column, and let's see where she goes from here. She took very low damage. She probably will get in there again this year for her 3rd fight. Wouldn't be shocked to see her. Let's see, we're going into August. Probably, maybe not in September, October, November. I won't be shocked to see her fight night, or maybe another step in for a pay-per-view or some shit. So yeah, not really much more to say about Maverick besides she looked great. And then for Cachoeira, there's little to say. She got out wrestled. We like to take all bias away, because of course she is a fucking bitch who should have been cut. Her weakness got exploited. She's still a decent striker, but I think damage is really starting to. She's 34 years old and she's taken a lot of fucking damage. I really think that is starting to play a factor on her. Like, even on the feet, she did not look that great in this fight from what I remember. So, and again, a year layoff probably didn't help either, so she might be able to get back in there one more time this year. Wouldn't be shocked to see her in maybe December. But, yeah, not much really to say about Cachoeira. She just got dominated. So now talk about who they should fight next. For Miranda Maverick, I would like to see her versus Ariane Lipski. I think that fight would make a lot of sense. Lipski's on a tear right now, 2 wins in a row. Maverick just got a nice win. Both are, I would say, if they're the top 20, they'd be like 16-18, 16-17. So I think that fight would make a lot of sense. Both really have not taken much damage in their last fights. You could book that fight for October, November, and it would be fun. I really would like. I think that fight would be very entertaining. Lipski's new wrestling ability would really be interesting to see how that would do against Maverick, and then how would Maverick's kind of improved striking do against Lipski. So it would be a very entertaining fight. I really don't know who I would lean to in that one, but that's what I think they should do. It would be really fun. And then for Cachoeira, who could she fight next? Where the fuck is she? Okay. Maria Akapova? That would be fun. I think Akapova would be a very fun fight. No, she already fought Melissa Gatto, right? Or did she? No. I think that was booked at one point. Yeah, well, we'll go Akapova. Because Akapova, not really doing much. You could book her and Cachoeira, end of the year, December. Would be nice. I think that'd be a fun fight. That'd be a super good fight, because both are just strikers. They would never hit the ground. Besides when someone hits the ground, if you catch what I mean. So, yeah, let's do that. Cachoeira and Akapova. So, not very much more to say about the first fight of the night. Maverick went in with a perfect game plan and got the win. And who should they fight next? I like Miranda Maverick versus Ariane Lipski, and I like Priscilla Cachoeira versus Maria Akapova. Maverick and Lipski, fun fight. Cachoeira and Akapova, great fight. Great win for the Maverick. And for our second and only other early prelim, we had to welterweight for a fight that was very fun. Maybe could be fight of the night if you. Since really no fight was a clear fight of the night, this was maybe the most this or the next fight were the 2 most entertaining fights of the night. As we have Euros Medic versus Matt Semmelsberger. Great fight. A really great fight. In round 1, Matt had Euros hurt bad at times. Matt got hurt also, but mainly he did win that round pretty easily. And then in the second, Euros had a better second round. It was better. I think he hurt Matt once. I don't remember completely, but I'm pretty sure he did hurt him and took the second. And then it was 1-1 going into the third. The third was really close until Euros hit a spinning back fist and sent Matt to the ground, a little bit of ground and pound, and it was over. Great, Euros looked great. Euros showed heart, his gas tank looked good, and dude looked really improved. Dude has really improved since that Jalen Turner fight. He's really improved since that Omar Morales fight a year ago. So, and he looked good at welterweight. Welterweight might be his weight class because he looked pretty fucking good. And to step in on short notice against a tough dude like Matt Fummelsberger in altitude and look good. Mad respect to Euros Medic. Dude looked really fucking good. And again, he really showed a lot of heart. He got hurt bad in the first. Could have easily been finished. But he got up and kept going, man. And very respectable. Very, very good performance by Euros. He earned that win. I think the stoppage was a little questionable, but overall, I think Euros got that shit, man. He looked great. Euros looked really good at welterweight. A lot better than I thought he would look. So, a very good performance by Medic. For Matt Summersbury, a dude who is starting to get frustrating to watch because I think he's a very underrated fighter. But from what you see here, you wouldn't think it. The dude's now really should be 6-3 in the UFC. But his wins really don't speak much. First 2 wins were cans, and then another can. Fletcher's good, Jake Matthews is good, Jeremiah Wells is fine. But then you lose to Chaos, that's not bad. Alex Morono, that's not great. And then Euros Medic. It's frustrating. Dude is only 30, and he is getting better. But dude is very frustrating to watch at times. Because again, I do think he's a very good fighter. Dude has fucking power in his hands. Dude can wrestle. Dude can strike. But he just keeps losing these fights he shouldn't really lose. Let's be honest. He shouldn't lose to Alex Morono. He shouldn't lose to Euros Medic. From what I've seen in his skill set. But he just keeps losing. And very annoying. Very, very annoying. Like, he had a little time to prepare for Euros, but still. Like, I don't know. I still think Matt's a very underrated fighter, but he really needs to show up in his next fight, or it could be him kicking the door, because he's had his ups and downs, but the downs seem a lot worse than the ups. Like, he's had some nice ups, but yeah, 2 15-second knockouts against layups. And then some fine performances against Fletcher and Matthews. So, yeah, it's frustrating. I'll say that much. It's very, very, very frustrating to watch and pick Matt Summersberger. So, yeah, just very frustrating, to say the least. Now talk about who they should fight next. For Euros, to go into a new division like that and beat up a dude like Summersberger, he deserves a good fight. Who could he fight though? Let's see. Okay, let's look. Nico Price. I like that fight. I think him and Nico would be really fun. Nico coming off that pretty bad loss to Robbie Lawler. I think that would be a fun fight. Yeah, I like that. Euros Medic and Nico Price. That sounds like a good fight. I'm down to see that. And then for Matt Semmelsberger, coming off now 2 in a row, kind of. He beat Wells, but now coming off a loss versus a dude he should have beat. Now what? Sorry if that was loud. I think he needs a step down. Like, he was meant to fight Johan Lainus, which is a huge step down, but I'm not a huge fan of that fight. Miguel Baeza? I like that fight. Miguel just pulled out. Well, Miguel was actually meant to make his return on this card against Jake Matthews, but he pulled out, so Yeah, I like Miguel Baeza and Matt Sumlisberger. I think that'd be good. Yeah, let's do that. Sumlisberger and Matthews, or Sumlisberger and Miguel Baeza. Fun fight. Both need a win. One of them gets it, the other don't. So yeah, let's do that. Overall, really good fight to end the early prelims, and just overall a very good fight. And who should Medic fight next? Coming off a nice win. I like Euros Medic versus Nico Price, and I like Matt Sumlisberger versus Miguel Baeza. Price and Medic sounds really fun. Sumlisberger and Baeza both need a win. Would probably be pretty fun. Overall, good welterweight debut for Euros Medic. So those are the early prelims. Two fine fights. Maverick had a great performance, and this was a really fun fight. But now we head into the prelims, and we begin with a fight that had some controversy, but overall went pretty predictable. As we have Jake Matthews versus Darius Flowers. So in round one, they were just trading like they were Guida and Sanchez. For a couple minutes, they were just throwing hands. But late in the fight, around what I think a minute 30, about minute mark, maybe a little later, Flowers got a takedown and ended the round on top. I gave the round to Flowers. Maybe I missed something. I don't remember. But then in round two, they were striking. Matthews threw a body shot, or a body teep kick, and Flowers acted like it hit him in the dick, which it didn't. Hit him completely in the body, but he got time to relax, and he fucking acted like a bitch. So, bitch move here. Lost all respect for Flowers after that. And, but after the fight continued, Matthews got on the ground. I forget how. I think just a normal takedown. And after some wrestling, Matthews got his back. He got his back and choked him out with rear naked choke that wasn't even locked in, very Peña Nunez-like. And Matthews got the submission. Told you. I told you, people. Yeah, Matthews looked good, man. He need to learn how to strike, and he has. He's still not a great striker, but he's gotten better. He really has gotten better. He doesn't give a fuck, which is one thing that helped him. That's got him the win against Fallou. He did not care. He went in there and fought. Against Sumlisberger, it didn't work so well because Sumlisberger hits like a fucking train. But still, and then in this fight, he did not care. He went to war with Flowers until Flowers gassed out completely and quit. So, this new Matthews is looking good, and kid's only 28 and he's been in the UFC for like 10 years. Fuck. Yeah, 2024 is gonna be 10 years of this dude being in the UFC, which is fucking insane. Like, this kid's been in the UFC since he was 19. With these dudes coaching. Who the fuck are you? He's just gone. With how people talk about Dustin Poirier, oh, we've seen him grow up in the UFC. We've seen Jake Matthews grow up in the UFC. Dude, take Jake Matthews from his last 3 fights and put him against the Jake Matthews from everything before 2022. Dude, Jake Matthews now would destroy Matthews then. Just striking alone. Because he actually knows how to strike now. He's not a striker. He's not a wrestler just trying to throw punches just to get to the ground. He's actually doing it to finish you, and it's working. Like I said, look at the Fallou fight. He won that fight because he did not care. So, mad respect to Jake Matthews for getting better. He said, I remember after the Fallou fight, he said, I don't care if I got knocked out or got the knockout. I was gonna end on it's something like that, and that's super respectable. Every fighter should be like that. Fuck wrestling, fight, bitches. All I gotta say about them. And I don't give a fuck about Darius Flowers. The dude's a little bitch. For Jake Matthews, who should he fight next? Did I have him fight ideas? I don't think, because I put up fight ideas already for this card. I don't think I put Jake Matthews. Did I? I might have. No, I didn't. Thinking about it. Did I? No, because I would remember, but yeah. So who could Jake Matthews fight? How about... Muslim Salikov? I like that fight. Salikov's coming off is just like Matthews, 1-2 in his last 3, coming off a bad performance against Dalby. Or my bad, Jake is 2-1 in his last 3. Yeah, I like that. Jake Matthews and Muslim Salikov. I like the sound of that fight. I think it'd be very fun. So yeah, let's do that. Matthews and Salikov. Unless that happened, but I'm 99% sure it has not ever happened. Yeah, never happened. So let's do it. Matthews and Salikov. So, not really much more to say. Jake Matthews beat up a dude who shouldn't even be in the UFC, so... Yeah, great performance by Jake, and who should he fight next? Like Jake Matthews versus Muslim Salikov. Sounds like a fun fight to me. Let's do it. After that, we head to middleweight for a fight that had a vicious knockout. As we have Roman Kopylov versus Claudio Ribeiro. Wow. And the first round, most of it was just Kopylov destroying Ribeiro from the distance. But late in the round, Ribeiro hurt Kopylov and was teeing off on him. But the round ended. Close round, could score it either way. I think I gave it to Kopylov, but you could give it to Ribeiro. But then in the second, very early in the second, Kopylov did the Leon. He faked, he threw the punches, feinted the punches and threw that left head kick and sent Ribeiro out cold. And it was vicious. Not the only time we'll see that combo tonight, wink. Yeah, he fucked up Ribeiro badly. And what a fucking knockout by Roman Kopylov. Dude looked great. I'll fucking completely say I was wrong about Roman Kopylov. This dude's really fucking good, actually. Yes, he lost to Carl Robertson, which looks like shit in hindsight. He got destroyed by Albert Duraev, which is also aging like shit. But then 3 wins in a row? Yes, are they against great competition? Fuck no. Chirico's garbage. Punahele Soriano is not very good. Ribeiro's not very good. But still, he's looking good, and he has definitely earned a higher level fight now. Like, he called for some ranking guys like Sean Strickland. That's not gonna fucking happen. But still, you're trying. But he definitely deserves someone better. He deserves like a high-ranked, unranked dude, if that makes sense. A highly regarded dude, I guess is how I would put it. He deserves it. 3 wins in a row now, a middleweight, all finishes. Dude's looking good. Like, dude's looking really fucking good. And I'm very intrigued who they give him next, because coming off this great KO on a 3-fight winning streak, he's starting to make a name for himself, and one more win, especially if it is against a higher echelon dude, he could be ranked. So, I'm interested to see who they give him. And he didn't really take much damage. He could probably get one more fight in this year, and that'd be 3, I believe. He fought Puna early. Yeah, that could be 3 for the year. Would be a really good year for Kopylov. Let's talk about his opponent, Claudio Ribeiro. It's not going great for Claudio. He's in all 3 of his fights this year, only being 1-2. And that one was not that great of a performance against Joe Holmes. Yeah, this guy's starting to look like a dude who's not going to be in the UFC much longer. He's good, kind of. He has good power, and he can strike, but he can't wrestle, and he has no gas tank. If he touches you, you're gonna go down. This fight showed it, and so does the Holmes fight. But when it actually becomes technical, like the Abdul Razak Al Hassan fight or the Roman Kopylov fight, it's a GG. He's gonna lose. And I won't be shocked if, let's say, he'll probably take the rest. Actually, he needs to take the rest of the year off after that knockout and the damage he's already taken this year. Come back next year, February, March, or some shit, and hopefully he's a better fighter. But if not, if he still is the same fighter, pretty much he's gonna get cut very soon. Another loss or two, and it's out the door for you, because he's just not that great. Great knockout in the Contender Series. He did get a win against Joe Holmes, but besides that, it's just not been very good for Claudio Ribeiro, and he really just keeps showing the flaws in his game every fight. So if you're booked to fight Ribeiro next, you pretty much got your game plan laid out to you by your Abdulrazak Al Hassan and Roman Kopylov. So let's see I wonder who they're gonna give him next, and if they follow that game plan, because you'd be fucking stupid not to. So, yeah. Not really much more to say about that. To talk about who they should fight next. For Roman Kopylov, I have one fight in mind. I already talked about this on fight ideas. Makhmud Muradov. I think that'd be a good fight. Makhmud had a nice win last week and got back in the win column. Kopylov's on a 3-fight winning streak. Both guys are very good. Let's see who's better. Put him in there and let's see who comes out the winner. I think that's a really fun fight. So let's do it. And then for Claudio Ribeiro, yeah, it's not looking too good for him now. Let's see, where is this motherfucker even ranked? So, okay. Well, ranked, quote. Who could he even fucking fight? UFC, are you ever gonna book this fucking dude? How about... Damn, there's like no one. Tresean Gore? I don't hate that fight. Tresean Gore would be fun. Yeah, let's do it. Tresean Gore and Claudio Ribeiro. That'd be a fun fight, man. Let's do it. So, yeah, really not much more to say. Great knockout by Kopylov. Should have got a bonus. It's a crime he didn't. And who should they fight next? I like Roman Kopylov versus Makhmud Muradov. And I like Claudio Ribeiro versus Tresean Gore. Kopylov and Muradov, great fight. Ribeiro and Gore probably doesn't go 10 minutes. I'm both hell part. I'll go 5 minutes. Excuse me. Great performance by Kopylov. After that, we head into a fight that got bumped up pretty high, and because of the Wonderboy cancellation, and a fight that was very underwhelming. As we got CJ Vergara versus Vinicius Salvador. Very weird fight. They both seemed scared of each other pretty much, and to a point, Salvador was very, for the whole, and it's just a whole fight really, because nothing really really nothing happened. It was a very close fight, but neither guy did shit. Like, both were very just tense. Salvador, I think Salvador was not fighting like Salvador, and Vergara was fighting very smart. It's a weird fight to break down, and I think what I just said is the best way I could break down. Vergara was fighting smart, and Salvador was fighting safer, I guess, to a point. So then that produced a very weak fight, and that's because it was a very weak fight. Yeah, it was just very weak. Like, it's a pretty much I don't know. It was it was the worst prelim. Even Maverick was a better fight because at least it was just a domination. This was kind of just like, it happened. But that's about it, unless I'm forgetting a moment or something, but all I remember is them pretty much doing a lot of nothing. Some kicks, some strikes, 15 minutes, it's over. Like, that's about the long and short of it. I expected a lot better from this fight. Like, Vergara coming off an amazing fight with Daniel Larceda, or whatever it is, that Da Silva, and Salvador being a fun fighter as is. I expected a lot better, but it was not very good. It's it was just clear who won the fight. Vergara clearly won, so I'll say that much. But it was a close but clear fight. So yeah. To now talk about CJ Vergara, dude's getting better. Dude's definitely getting better. That Clayton fight he probably lost, but in the last two fights he's looked a lot better. Like the O'Day fight debut against a tough dude like O'Day, you can't really do much. Then you fight Clayton, who's a good fighter and very close fight, probably should not won though. And then Tatsuro Taria, nah, you can't even fucking say anything about that because Tatsuro is Tatsuro. Like, what can you do? He just is a killer. Like, there's nothing more you can say. He's just a killer. But then he gets to step downs in competition and he looks good. He starts to look really fucking good. Again, against Arceda, he showed heart like a motherfucker, and against Salvador, he just showed smarts. So, yeah, really not much more you can say about CJ Vergara besides dude's getting better. For Salvador, though, is starting to look rough. He had a fun fight with Altamirano, but he fought stupid. He had a boring fight with Vergara, but he fought smart. He lost both, though. The guy we saw in Contender Series is not the guy we're seeing in the UFC. The guy on Contender Series was really fun. Was a great fighter. The dude on Contender Series, or the dude we've seen in the UFC, is just not that same guy anymore. In his next fight, he has to show the Contender Series version of himself, or he's just gonna get cut at this point. Because if he loses again, especially in a boring fight like this, it has to be you're gone. Because he's just not been that great. He's not been that same dude. He tries to fight smarter. He sucks. He tries to fight like like himself. He loses and looks terrible. It's fucking weird watching this dude fight because he can't. Nothing goes right, it seems. So hopefully he gets a step down competition and he can look better, because I don't think Salvador's a bad fighter. Just he's not looked great. So let's see if he can wake up for his next fight. But now talk about who they should fight next, because I can't think of anything else to say. For CJ Vergara, 2 wins in a row now. Who could he get in there with? That kid had a very underwhelming performance against Tyson Nam. Vergara could be a nice test. Alan Nascimento is always there because the dude is never booked. Sumadarji even, I think Sumadarji is ranked pretty high. Yeah, so I doubt that. So yeah, probably Alan Nascimento would make the most sense if he ever actually fucking fights, or even Alessandro Costa. So yeah, any of those fights work. And then for Salvador, give him a super step down. He needs a step down. If Zülgaus was still in the UFC, then that would work. Jimmy Flick, like, Denis Bondar, Daniel Barres, any of these guys would work. Like, just give the kid a step down. He needs it. Let him beat up Shannon Ross again. Fuck, let him beat up this guy. Like, any of these fights work. Just give a guy an either fight. You gave him CJ Vergara and Victor Altamirano. The dude clearly can't handle that right now. So let him get a win and maybe get some confidence. So, yeah, really not much more to say besides very underwhelming fight. And who should they fight next? I like CJ Vergara, we'll say, versus Al Nascimento. Or actually, no, I'll say Alessandro Costa. I think that's a better fight. And we'll go Salvador versus a step down, like a Dennis Bondar or some shit. So, yeah, not very much more to say besides not impressed. Now to talk about the featured prelim, there's really nothing to say. Gabriel Bonfim versus Trevin Giles. Bonfim looked great. He did exactly what he should have done and ran through Trevin Giles. There was no doubt in my mind that was gonna happen, and it happened. He looked great. And he just, like that, he just pretty much walked over Trevin Giles, like you should when you're fucking, Gabriel Bonfim. Like, he just levels ahead of fucking Giles. Giles ain't good. So, yeah, it was my lock of the night, and pretty much everyone's, because Bonfim had no really risk of losing. Where does Giles beat him at? Striking? No. Wrestling? No. It was just a layup for Bonfim, and he looked great. He looked fucking great. So, yeah, Bonfim's looking like a real problem in this division. And who should he fight next? I'm not even gonna waste my time with Giles, no one cares. I want to see Bonfim versus Chaos Williams. Chaos, a wise veteran, would really test Bonfim. I think that'd be a fun fight. Bonfim would really be tested in that fight, and I think that'd make a lot of sense to do. Bonfim took no damage in this fight. He could easily get back in there. Hell, you could get that fight on the Blades Almeida card. Or, yeah, put that on the Blades Almeida card in Brazil. And I think you're gonna have a fun prelim, or maybe even a main card fight. So, let's do it. Gabriel Bonfim and Chaos Williams in Brazil. UFC, book it. Bonfim looked great, man. Bonfim's a problem. So, yeah, not really more to say about the prelims. It was fine. Like, these two fights were fun. Kopylov was the highlight of the prelims. Bonfim's great. Vergara and Maverick were not great fights, but what can you do? And overall, fine prelims to go into this really interesting main card. And let's begin the main card with talking about Kevin Holland versus Michael Chiesa. Yeah, pretty much went how pretty predictable. Chiesa had nothing for Holland on the feet, and Holland just beat the shit out of him. Yeah, really little to say. Fuck off. Chiesa just had literally nothing for Kevin Holland, and it showed in seconds of the fight. Fuck off. If you have a vehicle like that, you're a bitch. Yeah, Chiesa, it was predictable. Chiesa had nothing for Holland. All he was trying to do was hug him, and that was not going to work against Kevin Holland. And after a while, Holland hurt Chiesa. Chiesa shot for a takedown and got Darce choked. Holland looked great. And to be honest, Chiesa stylistically is a layup for Kevin Holland, and they showed. So, just overall a great performance by Kevin Holland against a guy he should beat like he did. So, yeah, right, not much more to say. Besides, I guess we just talk about who they should fight next. If Holland stays at welterweight, because who fucking knows with Kevin Holland, but if he stays at welterweight, I want to see him against Jack Della Maddalena. He just beat number 12. He'll probably be ranked around that. And Jack Della's coming off a terrible performance. Kevin Holland, Jack Della, Madalena. Book it. Sounds like a fun fight. If he goes up to middleweight, I don't know. I think that'd be fucking stupid of him to do. He literally just got ranked at welterweight. You'd be stupid to go up to fucking middleweight now. But Kevin Holland's gonna do whatever the fuck Kevin Holland wants. And I'm interested to see what he does. So, yeah. But I would like to see him against JDM. And then for Michael Chiesa. I think I stand with everyone when I say this. He needs to retire. He's 35 years old. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, and he looked terrible. He's never improved his striking, and all he wants to do is wrestle. If he wants to do that, he should go do those fucking wrestling things with Glover and Anthony Smith and whatever, GSP. Like, go do that. You don't need to fight anymore, dude. You're 35 and you clearly just don't know how to strike. But I will say, if he does continue fighting, who could he fight? Gunnar Nelson, maybe? Or maybe he could be fed to Renat or Michael Morales. I think either of those would be fine, but I'd rather see him retire. I thought he was going to. I think he should have. But maybe he wanted to think it over. Hopefully he thinks it over and actually does retire. Because he does not need to fight anymore, and he really shouldn't be fighting anymore. So, yeah, really not much more to say besides hopefully he retires. And, yeah, really not much more to say about the fight. Very predictable fight. And, who should Kevin Holland fight next? I want to see him against Jack Della Maddalena. Chiesa, retire. Great showing by Big Mouth. Not talking about this fight. Fuck you. Tony, please fucking retire. After that, we head to the what the fuck moment of the night. Kind of tied what the fuck moment of the night. As we have Derek Lewis versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. What the fuck happened? Why did Derek Lewis turn to Jorge Masvidal? What the fuck? Why did he turn to George Masvidal? He literally just did the Masvidal. I'm gonna run at you, throw a knee, and you're gonna go down. And he did. 33 seconds, knee, night, win. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Weirdest shit ever. Weirdest fucking shit ever. That's Derek Lewis. That's Derek Lewis, man. He does the weirdest shit and it works. It fucking works. Dude, if you would have told me Derek Lewis is gonna start the fight doing a fucking flying knee, I was like, what? He's gonna get taken down. And it fucking knocks the dude out pretty much. What the fuck is wrong? And then Derek Lewis takes his fucking shorts off. Derek, we all love you. I'm so happy for Derek Lewis. Is he going to be able to continue this into maybe a winning streak or something? No. Because now, if he fights anyone above him, he's either already lost him or they're going to beat him. But at least he got one last knockout. It'd been cool if he retired on that, but he's not gonna. I'm happy he looked good. Maybe it wasn't a fluke. Maybe he is a better fighter now at 38, but I doubt it. I gotta see it to believe it. Paisal's a good fighter. Lima's a really good fighter, but he didn't really get to fight. He ate a knee. He didn't throw a punch, literally. He walked into a knee and got ground and pounded. He didn't fight. So, I'm interested to see if Lewis is actually good, or if this was just kind of a fluke. So, but I'm happy. I'm really happy for Derek Lewis. He deserves it. And then, like I said, for Paisal, I feel bad for De Lima. The dude worked so hard to get this winning streak. He really should be on a 5-fight winning streak, and then he loses like that. It's like, damn. His first loss since 2020, really? And it's that way? fucking heartbreaking at 38, finally getting ranked at heavyweight again. If he was before, I don't remember. And to lose like that is just like, fuck, man. That's heartbreaking as shit. But what can you do? Hopefully he can get back on track in the next fight, because he's not a bad fighter. He just got caught by something you would have never fucking expected. So, but that's Derek Lewis. Nothing more you can say besides that's Derek Lewis. Now to talk about who they should fight next. For Derek Lewis, there's only one fight I really see. It's no one ranked above him. It's Jairzinho. Cause who else did he fight above him? He already beat Tybura. Almeida's already booked. Laurie lost. Beat. Lost. Ain't happening. Beat. Ain't happening. Beat. Lost. Lost. Only guy that makes sense is Jairzinho. And that'd be a great fight. So, I would like to see it. But I don't know what else you could do besides that. So, let's do that. And then for Dalima, fuck. He's in a really weird spot after that. I really don't know. Maybe Tybura? Question mark? Cause he, like, Dalima is ranked 15th. I know it doesn't show here, but he is 15th. I guess that would make sense. Tybura just coming off a beating again. Like, he'll be ranked 11th probably. And then, yeah, we'll go Tybura. And I don't think that fight ever happened, so... let me check. Did Dalima ever fight Tybura? I don't remember that fight ever happening, so... Yeah, never fucking happened, so... Yeah, I'm down with that fight. I think both coming off losses back a week apart of each other. Why not? Let's do it. So, yeah, not much more to say besides Derek Lewis is the best. And who should they fight next? I like Derek Lewis versus Jairzinho Rosenstrike. And I like Marcus Rogerio Dalima versus Marcin Tybura. Jairzinho and Derek Lewis, someone's getting knocked the fuck out. And Dalima and Tybura just makes sense. So, let's do it. Not very much more to say. Now on to the co-main event of the evening. A very kind of bad fight, to be honest. That should have been amazing, as we have Alex Pereira versus Jan Blachowicz. First of all, not a robbery. Second of all, bad fight. Easily the worst fight of the second worst fight of the main card. And it should have been amazing. And it wasn't. In the first round, Jan just hugged Alex. In the second, Alex woke up and beat up Jan to win the round. And then in the third, super tight round, on the feet, on the ground, Jan got takedown late, and it was all down to round 3. I scored it for Jan, but you could easily score it for Alex, and Alex got the split. I'm not mad at that decision, of course. Like I said, not a robbery, and it showed a little bit about Alex. He said he needs to get his wrestling game up, because, dude, he still is not a good wrestler. That's still a huge weakness of his, and I don't know how you tramp Glover Teixeira and you're still a bad wrestler, but going into a fight with Yuri Prochazka, who he's gonna fight, I won't even fucking try and hint at it. He's gonna fight Yuri for the belt. Yuri will probably try to fucking exploit that, and if he does and wins, you're gonna feel stupid. Glover, get on that, man. Gotta get on that shit. Help this man. And then for Jan, dude's 40, going into a split decision with Alex Pereira. What can you say? Jan's a dog, but even he knew he had nothing for Alex on the feet, and that's why he went for a wrestling game plan. If he actually tried to strike more, he could have probably won, because striking wasn't looking that bad when he was trying to strike, just he was so focused on wrestling that he wasn't striking that well. So I don't know. I think Jan. I scored a fight for Jan, but I think kind of fucked himself going so 10 toes down on wrestling. So whatever. Jan is gonna yawn. To talk about who they should fight next, like I said, Alex is gonna fight Yuri for the belt. There's no debate. And for Jan, who could he fight? He already fought Magomed. He already fought Rakchik. Walker just got booked against Ankalaev. Krylov should probably fight Rakchik. Jan should probably take some time off and just see what comes up. He could take time off till next year. Let Walker and Magomed happen. Let Ratchik fight Krylov. See what comes. Because the only guy he could fight is Krylov. That would make sense. Like Smith, like these guys are all coming off fucking losses or moved up. So, like, and again, he just got booked against him. He already beat him. He's gonna fight Alex. He's hurt. So it's pretty much Krylov or nothing for Jan, and I think he should just take some time off till early next year and see what comes up. So, yeah, we're not much more to say. So it's a pretty bad fight, but whatever. Who should they fight next? I like Alex. Well, Alex is gonna fight Yuri for the belt. There's no debate. And let's see what happened. Fuck English. Let's see who Jan fights. Not really much more to say. And then the main event of the evening: Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier. Holy fucking shit. Justin Gaethje is the baddest motherfucker. No debate. Yes, he lost round 1. But who gives a fuck? He said, fuck you, I'm using the Leon kick, and knocked Dustin Poirier out like a light. Holy fucking shit. That's one of the craziest knockouts ever. Dude, no, I thought he was gonna finish him maybe like a body shot late or like TKO because like gassed. I didn't think he was gonna knock him out cold with a fucking head kick. Dude, Justin Gaethje's fucking not human. The dude's fucking insane. And what else can you say besides he is the baddest motherfucker? He is. Nothing more to say. He is the baddest motherfucker. Nothing more you can say. Justin Gaethje deserves that belt more than anyone. To talk about Dustin, I don't know what Dustin does now. He could retire. He's 34. He has nothing left to do. The only thing he could do is win the actual belt, and he's not gonna. So, yeah. He said he's not gonna fight prospects, but then who the fuck are you gonna fight? So you're gonna be ranked 3rd. He's gonna fight Arman, probably, and why would you waste your time with this dumbass anyway? You already fought him. These guys count as prospects, I'm guessing. He's at welterweight now. Well, you already fought him. Like, if you're not gonna fight prospects, who the fuck are you gonna fight at lightweight, you dumbass? You're either fighting guys you already fought, a dude who sucks, or fucking prospects. Dumbass. God, Dustin. Can these lightweights stop ducking these young guys? Chandler and Poirier are so hell-bent on not fighting Fiziev, Gamrot, Tsarukian that they will just openly say it. Stop being a bitch. Fight these guys. Dude, I get you watch Whitaker do it and lose, but stop being a bitch. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. It happens. Fuck, it's annoying. Lightweight, the weight class of fucking pussies. Fight these young guys. Fuck. You might beat them. All you're doing is saying you're not gonna fight them because you're scared of them. Because they're younger than you, quicker than you. Like, stop being a bitch. Just fight them. So, not really much more to say on that. And the only thing I can left to say is who should they fight next? For Justin, he's gonna be the backup for Islam and Charles. I don't know what else you could do with him. And if he does, like, there's no one for him to fight now. He's not gonna fight Connor. Shut up. The only fight I could see that's not Islam or Charles, and I know this is a stretch, but Alexander Volkanovski. Hear me out. Let's say Volk beats Ilya. Let's say January next year. Let's say Charles and Islam do a trilogy. That'll take a long time to do. Justin wants to get in there. Volk wants to fight at lightweight for the BMF belt. Justin and Volk. I would fucking love to see that. I don't know a human alive who'd say no to that idea. Do it. Fucking do it. I'm down. I don't know anyone who would say no. And fuck, it doesn't have to be a main event if you don't want it to be. It could co-main to something and be even bigger. Fuck. So, I'm down to see that. I'm down. And then for Dustin, there's only one guy I see. Arman Tsarukyan. But he's probably gonna fight Beneil, so I'm guessing Dustin's just gonna take the rest of the year off, relax, see what happens. Maybe he'll fight the winner of Beneil and Arman. So Arman, but I really don't know what else he could do. So we'll see. I'm very interested to see what Dustin does next. Hell, he could just retire any day. So it would suck if Dustin retired like off that loss, no less. But if that's what he wants to do, that's what he's gonna do. So really can't do much about it. But yeah, right now much more to say about this fight besides Justin Gaethje is a BMF. Nothing more to say. Yeah, fun card. Boom. Picks wise, I did good. 8 of 11, 3 perfect, 5, 5, 5. The only, I'm not mad at the ones I got wrong. Biased, a bad pick, and a close fight. Besides that, I got a biased pick. I thought I was gonna get Lewis wrong. I got that right. Fuck. So, yeah, I'm not mad about that. The bonuses were 4 performances of the night: Gaethje, Lewis, Bobby Green, and Kevin Holland. I would have gave Justin, Derek, and Kopylova a performance bonus, and I would have gave Euros and Semelsberger 5 of the night, or Gaethje, Lewis, and Kopylova performance bonus. You could throw one into Kevin Holland if you want, but yeah, I think Kopylov got fucked over out of a bonus badly. Hell, you could give one to Bonfim also if you want. Fuck. But yeah, that was UFC 291, man. It was fun. It was just a fun. It was a pay-per-view turn on, sit back and enjoy. And with how many fan favorite fighters there were, everyone had a fighter. There's no way anyone watched this card as an MMA fan and did not have one fighter on that main card. You're telling me between Justin, Dustin, Pieta, Lewis, Ferguson, Green, Holland, not one, you don't like any of them? Stop lying. So, yeah. Really not much more to say. Besides, that's UFC 291. I'm sorry the recap is out so late. I'll try and get back on schedule with these for next week's card, or this week's card now, which is UFC Nashville, Sandhagen, and Font. I could give a fuck about that card. So, whatever. Yeah, you'll hear a breakdown Friday 1 p.m. EST, recap either Sunday 1 p.m. EST or Monday 10 a.m. EST. I promise, one or the other, mark my fucking words. But yeah, really nothing else to say besides please like, comment, sub. 100 subs to go by the end of the year. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, RX out. Tony time is over.